A sentence marks the end of courage. As agreed, you turned and left without hesitation.
As it turns out, the little girl was adopted by this couple. In recent years, the woman suffered miscarriages in nearly every pregnancy, never being able to have a child of her own. Her husband didn't want her to suffer anymore, so he suggested adopting from the Welfare Institute. The woman was deeply surprised by this proposal, but on the day of the adoption, the single mother who was giving up her child suddenly changed her mind. The woman broke down in tears, wondering if she was destined to never have a child. Just then, a little girl noticed her. She didn't approach or disturb her, but simply walked away in silence. A few minutes later, the girl returned and pulled a lollipop out of her bag to give to her, pushing through and keeping it together. The woman later learned from the director that the girl's name was Jiyu. She was as sweet as an angel, yet her life had been exceptionally rough. She had been adopted a month ago, only to be abandoned again soon after, leaving her sensitive and introverted. Nowadays, most adopters only want to adopt children under the age of 12. With that one lollipop, the woman saw the kindness in Jiyu. She decided right then and there to take Jiyu home. The couple brought Jiyu to her new home and specially prepared gifts in her room, hoping to surprise her. However, the sudden warmth left the long-neglected Jiyu feeling a bit overwhelmed. At dinner, Jiyu put down her spoon. After only a few bites, it was clear that Jiyu was still hungry, yet she held herself back, thinking the food wasn't to her liking. The woman asked, but Jiyu shook her head and respectfully thanked the couple. Seeing how well-behaved and sensible she was, the couple felt deeply heartened. But as soon as Jiyu left the room, their smiles instantly faded. They could tell she wasn't doing well, so the couple tried everything to cheer her up. But Jiyu remained unhappy, and she simply stood up and asked her mother softly,
"We're gonna tell her it's okay. No more loneliness."
Early the next morning, the sound of barking caught Jiyu's attention. She walked slowly outside and found an adorable stray dog in the backyard. Thinking the puppy had been abandoned, Jiyu begged her parents to take it in. Seeing their daughter finally take an interest in something, the couple gladly agreed. Jiyu said thank you with a happy heart, marking her very first smile since joining the family. The arrival of the dog completely dissolved the emotional distance between Jiyu and her parents. One day, while bringing some fruit to Jiyu's room, her mother overheard her talking to the dog.
"Come on, Dubao. Let's use the crayons. In my eyes, we're going to the hospital."
Listen, you are like a little bubble.
And he can take you to the zoo. 2 okay.
And playing together. Oh, you're like a crystal, and we will help you. You can help me shape it. A running cat is too fast to catch. 7, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Dubao, you have to try your best, please. Keep beating that. Keep it up.
In my eyes, you go.
And as well, my mom is actually quite scared. The phone is in the kitchen. Oh, when I mentioned you, my mom gave us her promise.
Chi finally realized that the child was always being so careful at home because she was terrified of upsetting them and being abandoned once again. Once her heart opened up, Jiyu became a completely different person. Not only did her appetite improve, but she also started initiating conversations with her parents. Whenever she had time, she would go to the supermarket or camping in the park with her mother. The family lived in perfect harmony. Just as they thought their happy life was beginning, a missing dog poster shattered this peaceful bliss. The dog on the poster was Xiao Ai, the one Jiyu had taken in. It turned out Xiao A wasn't a stray dog. Her owner was an elderly lady in her late 60s. The grandmother was a widow whose son lived abroad, leaving Xiao A as her only constant companion. While walking the dog that day, the grandmother felt a sudden sharp pain in her chest. She collapsed before she could call for help, leaving Xiao Ai terrified and confused. Luckily, her barking caught the attention of a delivery rider who promptly called an ambulance. The grandmother was rushed to the hospital just in time, thinking she had been abandoned. Xiao Ai chased the ambulance desperately, but her short legs were no match for the speeding wheels. She could only watch as the ambulance vanished. Standing in the middle of the road, Xiao A felt utterly helpless and despairing. She could only wander the streets aimlessly. As night fell, a hungry Xiao Ai approached a barbecue stand, hoping for a scrap of food, but she was met only with the owner's harsh outsiu. In a panic, she bolted across the road.
Me. Never mind.
Fortunately, she made it across the road safely. Eventually, the kind-hearted Zhu found her and convinced her parents to adopt her. Meanwhile, once the grandmother regained consciousness, her first thought wasn't for her own health, but for Xiao Ai's whereabouts. Learning that the dog hadn't made it to the hospital, she was overcome with worry. With the doctor's help, she managed to contact the delivery rider, but in the heat of the emergency, he hadn't noticed where Xiao Ai had gone. Seeing how much the grandmother missed her dog, the young man helped her make a missing dog poster and accompanied her to post them throughout the streets and alleys. After the posters were up, someone hoping to claim the reward brought over a dog that looked similar to a Xiao A. But Grandma knew at a glance that it wasn't her Xiao A. After all, the dog had been her companion for many years. A week passed and there was still no word of Xiao Ai's whereabouts. The animal shelter staff also reported that no traces of her had been found nearby. Exhausted in both body and spirit, Grandma feared that something terrible had happened to Xiao A. Returning to her empty house, she was overwhelmed by a sudden wave of loneliness. Meanwhile, the husband showed the missing dog poster to his wife, asking what they should do. The wife refused to return the dog and immediately threw the poster into the trash. The husband understood her feelings. He didn't want to let Xiao Ai go either, but he worried that if Zhu took Xiao Ai out and ran into the old lady, the dog would surely rush back to its original owner at once. The wife didn't care about that. Since Xiao Ai's arrival, Zhu had changed so much for the better. He couldn't bear to imagine that once Xiao Ai was gone, the child might withdraw into her silent shell again. The couple had a heated argument over the matter and ended the night on a sour note. But the next day, as the father was heading downstairs, he happened to overhear a conversation between Zhu and her mother.
I cleaned it a bit. Oh, his paw is hurting again.
I'll be the wind, Mom.
Off you go. To want to do the work. Only a book push a fire. Xiao Ko. Bring it all to my mommy. I'm Peg God. Go on. He's looking for you.
She had expected her daughter to refuse to let Xiao Ai go, but the girl was unexpectedly understanding. The mother promised Zhu that after returning Xiao Ai, they told her they would buy her an even cuter dog. Zhu shook her head, saying there was no need for another puppy. Having mom and dad by my side is enough for me. She also whispered to her mother about the birthday she had chosen for herself.
Humming music.
Song. Lyrics.
Nice song. Lyrics. Honey.
A short while later, the grandmother called. Soon a car pulled up, and seeing her owner, Xiao Ai, immediately rushed downstairs. Zhu followed and thoughtfully held the door open for Xiao Ai.
Song lyrics.
Glowworms fly.
Ambient sounds. Ambient sounds.
Come on, turn around.
Oops.
With just one glance, the grandmother could see how much the little girl hated to say goodbye to Xiao AI. A few days later, Zhu received a call from the grandmother, inviting her to play with Xiao AI at the pet hospital the next day. The family arrived as promised, but the grandmother claimed she was feeling unwell and asked Zhu to help look after Xiao AI.
Vocalizing. You got it.
I need you to put this, that, one.
Coco, don't worry. And you?
Oh, it's broken. Wait a second.
There we go. Nom.
As it turned out, the grandmother was going to New Zealand to join her son. She needed surgery there and would no longer have the energy to care for Xiao AI. So, she decided to entrust Xiao AI to Jiu's family, knowing she had found a loving forever home for her dog. Dogs are heartwarming companions for the elderly, and the bond that brings a family closer together. It is the light that guards a child's innocence and a gentle vessel for the memories of those we hold dear.